Hello and welcome to another Titan Vial stream. I'm just sick of losing to Prowess. Matchup's not good. So I cut the Veil of Summers. I don't think that those are particularly good, honestly, after playing multiple matches with them. Even in matchups where you won them, they can be kind of awkward. So instead of that, what I'm doing is I am playing more Erastas. This card has been impressive, so I want to play more copies of this. Also, I cut a Temple Garden in lieu of another basic forest. This is, of course, to up my count of basics because of Springloom Druid. So we're going to see how those things work out for us. This hand looks good, so I'm going to keep it. So I'm going to lead on Reclaimer for sure. And then, depending on what my opponent does, we're going to figure out whether we want to play a Thalia or whether we want to instead activate Reclaimer. Depending on the kind of deck that they're playing. Alright, let's go. Also, Gargadon has been pretty solid. It has been pretty solid. I could see testing a second copy. Blacklake Cliffs. Fatal Push. Well, that makes our decision pretty easy. Just gonna play Thalia here. Oh. Yeah, I still think that we want to play Thalia, because otherwise my opponent just gets free range to play like a Rain or something here. It is awkward because we're basically never going to deploy this Vial now, but it's fine. Like, I think that my opponent being able to play a Ren here, I want to get a hit on board by the time a Ren comes down, basically. Goif. Ha! They have Ren. Ha 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 ha! Can't cast Ren, baby. That was stupid Thalia there. Well, now I'm gonna play the Vial, I think. Because I'm missing my land drop. If I had been able to hit my land drop there, I would have definitely played the Dryad, but not being able to do anything here. So there's the Ren. Ren's probably going to minus of the Thalia. Batu Sai 555, thank you for the follow. But yeah, because unfortunately, like, my opponent has a Goif in play, that means that I'm not going to be able to get value from this Dryad, basically. Oh, come on. Ugh. Give me good cards. I need good cards instead of this. Slants are good cards here. This is a second league, Stabs. Ooh, I forgot to update the record. You're right. I'm never gonna remember this record thing. Way too spoiled. Way too spoiled. And as long as there's no Liliana or anything like that here, we might still be okay. K command would suck. What happened to the one that updated? It just started not working anymore without any real explanation. Goif's big. Feels bad, man. Also, try jamming Stoneforge track. It didn't seem to work on the play. Yeah, I wouldn't go with Stoneforge route here. Like, we're already trying to do multiple things, so you don't want to stretch yourself too thin. Stoneforge, I don't think would work in this deck. I think that it has to do something with the fact that it might have to do with the latest update that MTGO had. And that might have messed up with the coding for the thingy. I don't even know. So they're gonna bold plus rend minus. That's messed up. Oh, just rend plus. Just fetching for a basic mountain for no reason. Is that the line? Also, I love the rend activation before. Can I please have lands? Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask? Just have lands. That's all I'm asking for. I could have called for ramming up there. Also, my opponent is showing me their hand for no reason. All the questionable plays from OP. Destroying lands would have been great. Destroying lands. I don't understand why they keep on doing that before attacking and making their goif smaller. It just makes no sense. But I guess I'll take it. Hashtag sequencing OP. So Thalia at this point doesn't do anything, so I think I'm just gonna call for Steve, as crazy as that sounds. Feels real bad, but the way that I win this game is if my opponent doesn't have anything, and I just draw a land and I can cast a Titan next turn. So hopefully no Liliana. Liliana would be terrible. I guess no Bolt also. No Bolt, no K command, because we die to all of those. Okay, so they have a Bolt, because they're being extremely careless with how they're playing. So I have to assume they have a Bolt. Wow. So Radiant Fountain plus Field. It's insane the amount of damage that my opponent missed, how I'm somehow getting away with this. You just cannot half-ass Jund. That's just not a thing that you can do, because then this happens. Like, if you're playing Jund, you need to play tight, or you're going to win, you're going to end up losing unlosable games. Like, my opponent should have never lost this game. Ever. Should have never ever lost this game, yet somehow they're going to. How did opponent miss damage? They were like main phase activating Ren before attacking with the Tarmogoyf. So twice they could have dealt 2 more damage, but they would like plus Ren with only a single line in the yard, and then attack with the glyph. So instead of attacking for 5, they attack for 4 twice. So I could just take it, and then the Dryad came back and killed their Ren. And now they're just Dobbs. They don't seem to have an answer to the Dryad. Yeah, I should have never won this game. Should have never won this game. But I'll take it, I guess. Alright, against John Doe. Purges I like. Arasta I like. Thalias I don't like. Creeping Death 27, thank you for the follow. Either Vials I don't like either. So I guess I'm bringing in... Knight of Arms seems so bad. Mind Sensor also seems terrible. So just the paths? Yeah, but within a reasonable hand, we should... I feel very confident about this matchup. We cut Cavern? Yes. Cavern was cut because the mana just didn't... I didn't feel like the mana could support it, really. We are already pretty... like it was tough to activate Castle. We were pretty short on green sources. I had trouble casting El Alambre Skull. I would have situations where my mana would be like Bog, Cavern, and Valakut, for example. Let's say this is a Cavern. So my mana base would be something like this, and I had like a Tracker, a Fierce Empath, which I guess I'm not playing anymore, and like a Courser of Crufix or something. And if this is a forest, then I can cast 2 of my cards, and I am only a single green source away from casting another one. But I was forced to name Elf, and then I could only cast 1 of my spells. The other 2 I was like multiple sources away from casting. So it just felt like too much. It just felt like too much. How has the Druid been? So far so good. I wouldn't say that it was insane or anything, but it was okay. It has been okay so far. Nice. If they play a Ren here, am I purging it? We might have to think about Boil. Because they went like turn 1 nothing, turn 2 nothing. Maybe they have choke. That'd be hilarious. That druid should cost 2, but that might be too good. Oh, that would definitely be too good. Boil versus Triad decks. Oh, I know. I know. I know. People continue doing that. Sometimes it's cool. Sometimes like I understand the argument. I do understand the argument from the John side, right? Like you're just facing a really bad matchup. Like you are just kind of like you don't feel very good about the cards that you're playing. So yeah, okay. So I'm going to risk going into Boil because it doesn't really do that much, really. Get a white source in hand. My argument was from the Ponza deck, right? Like from the Ponza deck, the argument is just, in my opinion, just not really defensible. Like it's just bad. From the Ponza deck, it's just bad. Is this gonna eat a Terminate? That's awesome. So we got full value. We don't have to worry about Boil anymore. But yeah, like the Ponza deck just has such a good matchup against Amulet that you don't need to play like you don't need to play a situational hand, a situational card when just all your cards are just the nuts, right? It's very different from a deck like Jund, where maybe it's not that straightforward, right? Is my opponent's totally a minuser, aren't they? No. Okay, good for them. Good for them. Okay, so player reclaimer, Sego. So Cole doesn't do anything. Titan is just Colossal Dreadmaw, which if they use the Terminate there, so it might just be enough. Unless they have another Terminate or like Bold plus Liliana or something like that. We can just draw a Purge and we are in great shape. Ewit would actually be great too, as long as they don't minus the Ashiok. I don't think Jund plays Croxa anymore, right? That's just not a thing that Jund does anymore. Because if they don't play Croxa, then it might be correct to minus. Like if they have to minus for some reason. No, I guess it makes their Goyf smaller, so even still, it's probably correct for them to just minus on themselves to grow Goyf. Like here, for example. Like if my opponent were to minus, oh, sick rips. Sick rips. Sick rips. And yeah, if they want a minus, I'm gonna let them. But I'm gonna play around the second Ashiok, so I'm going to save this Purge for their end step. If you want to make your Goy smaller, be my guest. That was a sick top deck, though. The sickest of top decks. Yep. Now they minus on me, making their Goyf smaller once again. This just happens too often. This just happens way too often. Like I just don't understand. Like I really don't understand. Why? Like, you really get more value from not activating the Ashiok in the first place than from activating it. I am secretly the worst best Jund player. I just hate the deck. I don't hate the deck. I just think that people... I don't know. I just think that it's not that good. Like, I don't hate it. I think it's a cool deck. In fact, I do enjoy like the play patterns and stuff. I just don't think it's good. just don't really think it's very good. Something we can do here, which is kind of cool, is we can field and get a temple garden. So we start triggering Field of the Dead and we fix our mana a little bit. I missed on a zombie by doing that, but now I have access to multiple green sources, and we were actually a little bit short on green sources right then, so that fixes that up a little bit. Nice. What the fuck is the spider? It's actually pretty sick. Like, this card has been overperforming for me. This is the second league of the day. Aloha. How? Think about the decks in the format. Now read the card. And let's see if you can draw your own conclusions. We can ramming up. We can tracker. I think I'm gonna ramming up. Make sure we maximize on Sombos. We could also just kill my opponent through Valakut triggers, but that plays badly against removal. While ramming up just gives me guaranteed value. You don't know much about the format, that's why I ask. Oh, okay, fair enough. So it's really good against Prowess. It's pretty good against Control. It is also very good against the burn decks and stuff. It's also good against John, like we just saw, even though we didn't get to cast it because my opponent just didn't have anything. It's just somehow very well positioned in the format currently. It just randomly covers a lot of bases. And it's pretty cheap, like 4 mana. Also, it's a 3/5, so it blocks stuff like Glorybringer, for example, which can be kind of problematic sometimes for this deck. And flyers are one of this deck's biggest weaknesses, really. So, like, the card just covers some... It just covers so many angles, basically. It just covers so many angles. Glorybanger. Did I just say Glorybringer instead of Glorybanger? Such a noob. I am such a noob. Just gonna play a Courser here. That's a good draw. Having 5 toughness against Glorybringer is pretty damn nice. Yep. Yep. It also blocks it. So, like, I played it yesterday for the first time, and I was pretty impressed. And then the more that I kept... Basically, the more that I kept looking at the card, the more that I saw situations where it was great. So that was cool. Another Jund, yeah. This player seems to be better. They're sequencing properly. They're doing the stuff where when they are supposed to do it. So we're gonna get a forest here. Hey Jacob, how's it going? No locks, thank you. Gonna get to draw a lot of cards with this Title Strucker. Title Struckers. Liana, K command. I'm gonna discard the tracker actually, so we can EW it. But it feels important to hit our land drop here. Unless they have main deck surgical. I guess if they had main deck surgical, they are getting me here anyway, so. And I probably want to do this before I play the Gargaroth. Because I want to be protected from Liliana, I think. That's Blood Braid into Inquisition. Feels bad, man. Bye-bye Trucker. Let's get more info first. Go to Plains, play my Vial. No, they can't attack anymore. I guess they could have like Terminate and stuff. They could also have Bolt plus Lily. All of those things would be bad for us. Master Impulse, that's also pretty good. So Titan wins the game. What else? Titan? One too late. I think I'm actually not gonna play this Triad. Like, if we get got by Inquisition by not playing the Triad, but we are better off against Liliana, and they have used 1 Inquisition and 0 Lilianas, so. We die to Lightning Bolt. Well, the last card is Liliana. We are dead. Oh, it's just a Blood Braid. Into Liliana, alright, yeah. Hold off the clue until it's turn to play around thoughts. No, because we might draw stuff, right? That we might want to cast. Like if I had drawn a Raminap, I would have casted that. Like there are actually a bunch of cards that I wish that I could draw so I could cast immediately. Yep, let's go. Score of the first league, we went 3-2. Losses to Prowess and forgot what the other one was. Sure. How has the Gargoyle so far? It's actually been pretty good. I've been happy with it. Dry it down. I should have fetched main phase, by the way. That was not a big mistake. It actually could be a big mistake. Yeah, it actually could be a big mistake. Yeah, it could actually be a pretty big mistake there. Should have fetched main phase. Yeah, now if they pass the turn, I can't, like, do I play around push? I think I can't, like, I'm just forced to do this, and now they push me in response, and we got no value from the Chimera. Yeah, this was just such a bad punt. I'm just playing badly, and my opponent is punishing me properly. Punishing me accordingly, I mean. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. It was so free to do as well. Did you continue talking with Sam Black after the stream yesterday about the deck? No, not really. I told him to get in touch with me if he wanted to, but he didn't. I don't think I'm supposed to path my dude here. Brutal. I mean, at least if we draw a Titan, we can cast it. And that should end the game on the spot. Golos would be a pretty good draw. Gargaroth would probably be not great. And we're gonna have to path this fella. We draw a Titan, we win. Facts. Titan? I played this because of Liliana instead of this. It's better if they if worse if they have pillage, but like if they have Liliana, I'd rather discard this than this. So. Same reasoning, rather discard this than this. Alright, looking to draw Golos, Primeval Titan, Tireless Tracker. This seems worth purging, I think. We're worse if my opponent has a... if they have an Ashiok or something, but something good right now. Something good right here. Just another land. Played against Return to Dust in the league yesterday and told him about the article, but he was off the deck and playing Chunt. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, he just showed up for a stick for a second right here. His name is Derek, I think. Yeah, Derek. Chances that this Knight of the Reliquary survives and I get to untap with it. 0? Lower than 0? What do we say? Playing around K command by holding my Temple Guard in hand. Yeah, I'm writing an article on Vial. Titan Vial. Titan, Golos. Business of any sort whatsoever. All right. We do have Titan mana for what's worth. Season Pyro. It's bad for us. They can't cast K command, which is interesting. Remember Absent decks, Co-Diamonds. Remember Absent decks, Kevin. Prime time. Damn it. I think we have to play around this card spells and Liliana. I'd rather them minus the Liliana than plus it. There's Liliana. Damn it. Oh, Fulminator. That one doesn't matter too much. Titan, Fetch Land, Golos, these. All right, so what do we want to get back? Probably Castle? Actually, Sanctuary seems better. That was kind of a sick rip. That was kind of a sick rip. Playing our own K command here. Hello. Dryad. Oh, Dryad. Can still find the Dryad here. Or just nothing. And I think this play pattern favors us, if I'm not mistaken. So I'm just gonna continue chilling here. Inquisition resolves. Poggers. So I guess I'm gonna draw cards instead now. Are we out of basics? Can anybody be decent lucky? Sweet. Now we can start attacking. Yeah, we have no more forest. We have one. No, we just have one snow-covered forest left in the deck. No surprise, young Season Pyros. We can probably say that this tracker did some work here. Probably same setup. Can't believe I dug myself out of that. And we've been flooded a lot, but it was just like that tracker just stayed alive and it just took over. As it often does against John, like an unchecked tracker is just, it's too much for them to come back from. So it doesn't surprise me that tracker was able to go the distance. I like this hand. Don't think I love the Heath draw, but it's okay. Well, actually, it allows me to play a Titan that doesn't die, to play a Knight that doesn't die to, what's his name? I don't think I care about this Goifo. Just get a Temple Garden. Play Steve. Take it. Because now we can use Steve to protect Knight from Liliana minus. Oh. I think I'm gonna go for Knight. And I guess I don't want to attack with Steve because if they answer the knight, I want to chump the Steve because I'm probably going to be cracking Steve regardless. What is this? Bloodbraid into Thoughtseize. So that means that we get to untap with Knight, which is psycho. They have to take the Gargaroth, most likely. And it's almost a forced play, honestly. Almost a forced play. Unless they have an answer to it. But they didn't have an answer to the Knight, and that seemed pretty important for them to answer immediately, so... They took Dryad instead. Wow. That's some respect right there. That's what that is. What else I just said? I'm blocking this. Snow-covered forest. That's actually great because it allows me. Oh, thank you for the follow there. T-Dog 6420. So this means that I don't need to activate the Knight just yet. Maelstrom Pulse. Okay. But now they can't attack. Combo. Let's go. Wesco. And I could go for Valakut, but going for Field seems so much better here. Going for Field seems significantly better. That was a sick rip. If they have Boil, we just Path or Dryad in response. Ban Field of the Dead. Yeah. Field of the Dead OP. What you got, opponent? Pillage? Pillage my field. Sure. Spike just did the good EOT. Fight officially to lose. Oh yeah, that's a classic. When I was playing the other day, the trophy. Okay. When I was playing the other deck the other day, the Bug Reclamation decks, we also got to do that one a lot. Spike with the raid. Thank you so much, Spike. How's everybody doing? How did your stream finish up? You were playing some sick brewski over there. Graveyard Shenanigans, thank you for the follow. Is this Titan Vial? Oh yeah. As seen on TV. That sick deck that's taking over the format. You know that one? Yeah, that's what this one is. Titan Vial. So my opponent might be able to boil me here. I honestly don't know how much I would care about that. Nurturing Peatland, redraws. If we untap with this Reclaimer, I think we're gonna be good to go. And it's looking like we're gonna get 2 untap with Reclaimer. Oof. Let's go, Courser, show me the light. Attack you, Ren. GTFO. 1, 2, sacrifice. Go get Field of the Dead. We also found Balakut, sounds good. I guess we'll do that one too. Wasn't expecting to do that one, but I'll take it. Is it more taking over the format than tokens? Well, the difference is I'm actually doing consistently good with this deck. Yeah, my opponent was very dead there. Just face John twice in a row. Unless they have a very, very good hand, the John matchup seems pretty solid. Classic Titan Vial. Alright. My opponent has the Sprite Dragon, so maybe they're playing some Prowess deck. Maybe they're playing some Prowess deck. What is this glorious Vial? Oh. No cascading cataract for Golos? No. Your mana base is already pretty stretched thin as it is. And even if it weren't, like, there's so many lands that I would want to play before Cascading Cataract. Do the Lord's work by slaying John players. I mean, that's what I do. Bagels. Playing against Bagels. Did we Vial on 3 or put it up to 6 like a champ? Against John, we side out our Vials. Have we Vialed in the Merkul? No. We also have not Vialed in any Titans. We Vialed in 2 Titans yesterday. But no Titans Vialed in today so far. Which basically means I'm the unluckiest, right? So I could go sweater myself here for white mana. Probably not worth. We're gonna get to Violin Thalia next turn. If they top deck exactly Daybreak Coronet, then we get punished, but... My opponent says the meme is true. Yes, I would like to pay 2 for my Aether Vial instead of just paying 1. Thank you very much. You don't tell me how to live my life. No, not today, Shauna. It is the saddest timeline, if you asked me, right? Those files up, baby. Tick those files up. I think I'm gonna start with Courser here. The actual unluckiest. am going to be ghost squattering myself here. The thing is, what am I gonna play? Jesus. So I guess I'm gonna play Dryad? Or, no, I guess Tracker, right? Yeah, I guess I can just Vial next turn. I can Dryad next turn when I'm getting value from it. My opponent says that they saw my post on the Amulet group, but they wouldn't believe it. Better believe it, my friend. I'll take 5. 3-1 with Bandblade today. Definitely an improvement on the previous 1-3. Probably getting the hang of it. Yeah, nice. Congratulations. All right, that is potentially a problem. Very unlucky. Very, very unlucky. We're not able to draw a single card off of neither of these cards. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to 9, but I'm trying to set up lethal for next turn. Maybe I should have upkeep Vial and uptick this. Now we're 1 turn behind of Vial and this Titan. I don't think so, though. Yeah, I'll take 5. Yeah, so this forces a chomp on the Spirit Dancer. And because of the Reclaimer activation, we're finally gonna get some life and stuff. Pretty unfortunate subset of circumstances. This Thalia is doing work though. Thalia is doing work. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Land. This is cool. So we're gonna percent lethal here. We're percent lethal here. Opponent needs to chomp with the Spirit Dancer, unless they path. If they path, that's probably also good for us. Oh, Dryad Arbor. Yeah, that's whatever. They have to block the tracker. But with only 2 mana, they have no ways of setting up lethal anymore. I can't go get Valakut because I'm 1 land off. But I can gain 3 life at instant speed, and I can also block with this Reclaimer, so I guess that we just pass. Easy game, easy life. Pixel Mix, thank you for the follow. What are we playing against? Bogles. We want these. We want these. Thalia's great, as we just saw. Bog, not so good. Vial is okay. Why did you Vial in Corso before Dryad? When Vial first got to 3? Because I am giving myself the option of draw cards from the top of my deck. That's why. If I play the Dryad, then I can't do anything. Like I guess I could have played. I could have played the Dryad of the Vial, then cast the Courser off of it. But yeah, I could have done that too. Evaf, thank you for the follow. But I think I had... Didn't I have the tracker at that point? No, I didn't have the tracker. Yeah, maybe it was just a mistake. Maybe it was just a mistake. Okay, so one tracker can go. We're probably not going to have time to let Amber Skull, I don't think. Yeah, maybe it was just a mistake on my part. Basically, by Ghost Quartering myself, I was giving myself the chance to shuffle the top. So that was kind of the idea. Maybe it wasn't a very good idea. Okay, so... what is this hand? This hand has no turn 1 play, but we're going to get to Reclaimer on turn 2. And we have Path as interaction for Core Spirit Dancer. It's not the worst. Since my opponent's got a Bogle. Ethereal Armor. Okay, they're missing land drop. That's good for us. That is certainly good for us. Yes. Get a, I guess, snow-covered forest. And get a Temple Garden, which is going to be tapped, unfortunately. So we're only going to get to play one of these. So Reclaim is going to be a 3/3. I imagine they got more auras, though. They do. No blocks. Play Flagstones. We're gonna go get Blast Zone here, so sweet. So we're gonna win this game. So since we're gonna get Blast Zone, I'd rather save myself 3 life. Gonna get a Plains here. And we're gonna get Blast Zone here. No untap lands, unfortunately I cannot like play Blast Zone and play Reclaimer. That's fine though. This is a lethal attack, so we're probably gonna crack this. They path their own dude. I'm not opposed to this. Not opposed to that. 1, 2, 3. Play Valakut. Play Dryad. I guess I'm gonna play second field here. Valakut you. Play Reclaimer. Say go. And now next turn we just set up lethal. Thanks for Reclaimer plus Dryad plus Valakut. What are Bogles doing in the 2-0 bracket? Well, I mean, Bogles sometimes wins somehow. GG's cool deck. Thanks. 3-0. It's a good gotcha deck, but what the hell? Well, sometimes it wins. Hotashi, thank you for the follow. Is this deck broken? Who knows? Don't like Twitch. Treylovsky, thank you for the follow. Their music, their MTG advice, all of it is terrible. Man. Am I the last Bogles streamer? Sweet. Sweet. For those of you wondering if some ads showed up, I usually play ads in between after I finish my third match. The reason for that is that new people joining the stream for the next like 25 minutes or something are not going to have ads when they join. So by doing that, I make it, you know, a little bit more accessible for the new folks that are coming in. And like, it's still dead time regardless, right? Because I'm waiting to get paired. So like, sorry if you don't appreciate the ads. But look at that. The ads are done. We are not even started with our match. I'll turn off the blocker. Oh yeah, I mean, don't worry about it. Like, it's not so much that I care about you watching the ads. I mean, it's cool if you do want to. PX1R, thank you for the follow. It's cool if you watch the ads because I get paid for it. So that, of course, that's cool. That's cool. But it's a matter of like, I just want to make sure that new people that are coming into the stream don't have to watch ads for the next 20 minutes ish. Did I come up with this deck? Yes, yes I did. I'm actually writing an article on it right now. It's probably gonna go. I'm gonna probably publish it over maybe on Friday. So. I get paid for Valiant Titans. That's also true, Shona. That's also true. All of those are just facts. Starbucks needs to chill with acid drip for commercial. Is there like a weird Starbucks ad now? This ad is just a little bit too weird. Just gonna ship it. I'm gonna keep it, but these might backfire real bad for us. I guess I'm gonna bottom the Vesuva instead of the field. Actually, no, I'm gonna bottom the field because of the offside chance that my opponent plays the green land on turn 1. Next leveled. We installed the blocker after like 20 ads in 1 hour, but that's mainly a YouTube problem. Yeah, YouTube can be bad with that. Ren. Alright, this matchup is probably going to be tough. This matchup is probably going to be tough, but this is the kind of matchup where Thalia does work. Send us anybody wins a game with this deck. Wouldn't that be awesome? Just trademark a deck. That would be sick. That would be so sick if you could do that. Pretty sure you can't. Missed opportunity. Flame Slash. Spicy. Don't tell me they have Spell Snare. They have Spell Snare? That would be so gross. Don't have spell snare. Okay, cool. So we're gonna get green mana. If we find an untapped source and my opponent taps low, they might be on Scapeshift, however, which would be terrible for us. You're 5-0 today with blue-red Titan Vial. That's sick. Wait, blue-red? Oh, my Titan. Oh, your Titan Vial. Okay. I'm like, blue-red Titan Vial? Wait, how does that work? Isn't it sick, Mistaken? Isn't it just freaking awesome? Alright, so do we need to attack this Ren? Honestly, we might have to. Which means I don't get to play Gargaroth. Which is brutal. But we're not even guaranteed to play Gargaroth anyway. I mean, we were going to be able to, apparently, but... I am not going to show them the Thalia just yet. Because then my opponent has a very easy minus on the Thalia with the Ren. So I'd rather just Violin the Thalia and step. If you listen to your favorite streamer per year, that's better than the ad revenue they get from you watching every day. Yeah, but it's free, right? Yeah, so because of how my opponent's playing, I'm suspecting that they're on Scapeshift. If they fetch here, I'm gonna go get Thalia. No fetches. No cryptics for you, opponent. We got him, chat. We got him. So 3 mana remand. Feels bad, man. They don't seem to have field. So I have to assume that it is Scapeshift. Udo. What a fucked up card. Usually we are advantaged against control decks, but that is just not true against Scapeshift because they just have an I win button that we don't really have much to do against. But that is why I have to even my sensors in my sideboard. Yep. Oh, that's just Udo? Might be able to beat just Udo. It's getting to the point where Cryptic presents an issue. That sounds like Scapeshift. Yep. These War Pile decks are kind of obnoxious. Yes, they are. Especially when they have a one mana, a one card combo kill. Rikuchi, think of the flow. Where's the safe zone to QQ about Uropiles? What does QQ mean, like complain? Once they show me all the triggers, I'm gonna pack it in. Oh. I mean, to be fair, I play Udo and non-zero amount of the time, so I am part of the problem. I am indeed part of the problem. Yes. This. All right, so these things, Galactic. Thalia, even though they have rain, they probably have like 1 or 2 rains at most. So it still seems worth. Gargaroth seems pretty bad. Druid. Definitely want my vials. Yeah, pretty tough to be paired against. Pretty solidly bad matchup. Unfortunate. But honestly, in green-white, we just don't have that many alternatives against Scapeshift specifically, which sucks. So that's why I'm willing to just like play Thalia. That's the name in my says to be Neobrand. I mean, yeah, they're there for like the mirror and stuff. By the mirror, of course, I mean like Amulet and whatnot. I don't expect to play many mirrors. Still, you want to go up in number of knights in the deck every time you draw it feels straight gas, except when they just kill it, right? Which happens very often. If your opponent has a removal spell, point at the knight, you're a sad panda. That's cool. I was already considering just playing a tapped field anyway, so I can get guaranteed value from Tracker. And Native Vial, it's actually a way that I can kind of develop my board position a little bit. This deck seems to mull a lot. No, actually not. I don't feel like I'm mulling that much. But against specific matchups, you're looking for specific cards, right? I'd rather have a 6-card hand that lines up well against Scapeshift, which is a bad matchup, as I was saying, than I would rather have a 7-card hand that doesn't really get me anywhere. They kept in remands? That's wild. They have to have better stuff than remand. Just opening the stream at that time. Yeah, it's... I don't really think I'm mulligan that much, honestly. But even if I did, like, it's just fine. I guess I don't want to have 6. Flashing into against step, don't expect it to be very good. Ren. Yeah, so now they can find the... Oh, hello. I'm dead to Scapeshift regardless at this point, so seems safe to do this. Get some clues. Maybe we find another land here off the top. That would have been okay to draw. Anger. Sure. Ha! Didn't fetch. Didn't play around it. They totally have a bolt in hand and I'm going to be very sad. Whiff! Whiff, opponent! Damn it! Unfair. So unfair. I think I'm actually going to be ticking up here. We're probably just dead regardless. Why are you a 2-1? Why aren't you just like a 3-3? Like a real threat, you know? Oh, they have another anger? Gross. Didn't even need to fetch for it. Just have it. Gross. Vomit. Just wanna vomit. Just wanna vomit. Yeah, as you can see, this matchup is not good. Golos off the top. No, Golos doesn't even do it. 2, 3, 1, 2. Feels bad, man. Alright, let's try prime time. One time before my opponent draws Scapeshift, which I am very dead to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Don't have it. Don't have it. Their growth spiraling out of control. Let's go. We have 2 Titans, 2 Golos. Titan off the top, one time. Nope. Man, we would have won with a Titan off the top. Feels real bad, man. Yeah, but I mean, we get to see the difference here of playing against a deck that has an I win button versus playing against a control deck that does not have an I win button. Like if my opponent didn't have Scapeshift in their deck that we just straight up lose to, they don't really have that many outs at this point. I guess that they do have a considerable amount of outs, but it's just we have a ton more time, but because they have access to Scapeshift in their deck, it's just like we're dead. That's it. Just like that, this game is now over, and we just died. Which makes me real sad. I think they should have enough mountains, don't they? They're probably out of triumphs, but they should have like 2 more of these and 1 of these. If I'm doing the math correctly. Yeah, they have. So they actually have exactly the amount of mountains. If they hadn't had it, if they were missing, if they had actually drawn 1 more mountain, or like, I don't know, drawn it before or whatever, then we would have survived. But they had exactly enough mountains as they needed to kill us there. Feels bad. Feels bad. That would have been almost good enough to win. That would have been almost good enough to win. Titan would have won on the spot though. Alright, 3-1 feels bad. Feels bad. Let's see if we can get another 3-2 into 4-1. It's probably okay. Nice to see X-Vala get triggers on the stack at the same time. Reminds me of the time with this from World Fun. I'm gonna keep this hand. Are you kidding me? Are you saying that Modern is not fun right now? I feel like Modern is absolutely delightful right now. I'm actually having a lot of fun playing Modern currently. So I have no idea what you're talking about from my Boyka. Modern is fine. I wish Amulet was better. Yeah, but like saying that you got fatigued for 2019 is just like it doesn't speak at all to the current truth of the format, right? Like the fact that Modern was terrible last year is just like, what does it have to be with how good or bad it is right now? They finally got it right, so I guess I gotta give credit where credit is due, right? Wondering why you choose white splash instead of blue? Just curious, I want to learn. Because of the interaction between... this deck is built around Elvish Reclaimer and Flagstones of Trocaire. So, if Flagstones just really works naturally well with Reclaimer, and there's the added value of Knight of the Reliquary, and that's kind of it. And we are a creature deck, so Thalia makes more sense than playing stuff like Counter Magic and stuff. Alright, so I'm tanking here because we can go two ways. We can go the Vial way, or we can spend this turn to Eladamri's Skull for probably a Reclaimer. I think that's going to be the line. Just call for a Reclaimer. So I can start activating Reclaimer with Flagstones. Kite Sail. So then I get to steal my Vial here. Every set is a broken set. Every set is broken if you try hard enough. Taking 6 here. It's a sizable amount. And they do have the land. They don't have the 1-drop, however. Levator going up. Meddling Mage. Meddling Mage, not very good against us. Watching Human makes you happy. It's an okay deck. So this is 8 damage. It's a lot of damage. Please don't have another Lieutenant. So that's 10, 11 damage. If we chump... We can block here, take 5, gain 2. Next turn, I feel like we can't chomp though. So I think I'm just going to do this. Get a Temple Garden tapped. Get Radiant Fountain. Take it from there. Another Flagstones. Can gain 2 more with Golos. We chomp, block. We lose to Reflector Mage. What happens if we play Flagstones though? We play Flagstones. We play Tracker. So cast Tracker, play Flagstones. We chomp. We chomp a block, I mean. That seems better. We're still losing to... We're still losing to Reflector Mage. And we also lose to Lieutenant. Just get Glacial Chasm. Yeah, I know. That would be great. Sweet. That doesn't do anything. We lose to a lot of things, or Freebooter is not one of them. Yeah, exactly. Which I guess it's okay. And if they attack with everything, we get to trade with the meddling mages. We're not gonna have enough time to Optic Blast Zone, unfortunately, though. If we win this, that would be insane. I mean, honestly, I think that we have a very real shot if... Wow, they just serve with everything. We have an actually reasonable shot if they somehow... If we somehow draw exactly Dryad. So... Go to blocks, block. Sack this. Go get a plains. Get Vesuva, copy Radiant Fountain. But because of the Knight, I think that if we top deck exactly Dryad, we win. So because of that, I think I want to leave the Vial on 3. Because we're drawing towards exactly Dryad or Illidan's Skull. Play to your outs, etc, etc, etc. Do we have actually lethal? We might have actual lethal here. Let's make sure that we have what we're looking for here. So we can play 1, 2, 3. Play Raminap. Play Flagstones. Float mana 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. If I should play Raminap or I should Knight Valakut. I can sack the Radiant Fountain though, and then we can play Raminap and turn this into a Valakut. So we float mana. We float mana, we sack this, go get Valakut, trigger once, play Raminap, make my first land drop, play the Valakut, that's 2 more damage, that's up to 1, 2, 3. So that's 3 triggers, we're gonna need 7 triggers. So that's 3 triggers, then we play another land, we're 1 mana short. Okay, so instead of that, what we do is we play Golos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We play Golos. We Golos for Valakut. We sack this, get a second. With that trigger on this, I guess the trigger on the stack doesn't matter. So we get another Golos. Yeah, but it doesn't allow me for instant speed activations. I feel like I need to activate an instant speed if I'm going to go for that. Because if my opponent has if they have a Mantis Rider, then we lose. Tap Fountain, sack Fountain Knight for Valakut, play Raminap, play Flagstones, tap Flagstones for mana, then play Flagstones, fetch a land, play Golos, fetch second Valakut, that's 6 triggers, we're 1 short. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So what we can do is we can clear their board, I guess, and make some zombies in the process. So now we just died to exactly... Now we just died to exactly Mantis Rider. So we died to exactly Mantis Rider. And then we just win next turn. Or I guess Kessig Malcontents. This is what I got. Alright, for 2 mana nothing kills me, so I'm safe now. And scene. Thank you, everybody. We like this, we like the... I guess we don't like this one too much, actually. We do like these though. Thalias on Heinous, Bogles on Heinous. Thank you, Safer. That was impressive. Yeah, Tenarg. I mean, you just have to play to your outs, right? That's what we did, and we played to my outs, and we got there because of it. Just gotta identify how you're supposed to win the game and take it from there. That was a wonderful show. Thank you, everybody. I thought I'd catch you online, so I had a question. Are you trying to make this Titan Vial a real thing to prove something, or do you let me think it could be a real deck? Like, what does this deck that Amulet doesn't? It beats Aethergust decks. That's what it does. That's basically what it does. As long as Aethergust is a 4-off in every single blue deck sideboard, and blue decks are like, I don't know, like 30% of the meta, 40% of the meta, or whatever they are right now, this is actually going to be better than Amulet. And I am fairly certain about that. I guess this actually blocks Mantis Rider, so it's not the end of the world. I don't like love it, but it's probably better than Raminap. Raminap doesn't sound too great. Keeping this hand easy. Was Golos into Vala could replay both Flagstones, fetch, go squatter with Knight not good enough? No. Maybe. Did we have enough lands in play? I don't remember if we had enough lands in play. If we did, maybe that was also an out. Yeah, 7 triggers is what we needed. So if that adds up to 7 triggers, then yeah. Then that was the line, and I just punted, and your line is just better. Yeah, now that might be better. So 5 mana, we get Golos, we go with Valakut. No, that actually doesn't work. That's 1 trigger, we play Flagstones, we play another... No, because we cannot sack Vesuva, right? What's up with the host? Thank you so much. What's up? How was your stream? You always stream at the same times that I stream, so I never get to watch your stream. Thank you for the host. How was it? I think I'm gonna hold that path. No, I mean, there's no way my opponent kept multiple freebooters, right? Like, after watching the previous game, there's no way they kept freebooters in. So I'm actually gonna play Steve so I can develop my mana. And then we can reclaim her on end step. Stream was awesome, only lost 1 game the whole stream, went 6-0. Nice. You played against Titan Vial? Nice. Mistaken's played Titan Vial too. Yeah, he came here earlier and he said that he actually 5-0'd with it. Which is awesome. I love how people struggle to believe that the deck is actually good. Should have Violent Reclaimer with that trigger on the stack. It was a bad play. Well, we have to develop our mana here. So I'm just gonna play Raminap. Did I cut Raminap? Now that I'm thinking about it, I thought I cut Raminap. But it's good here, so I'm not complaining too much, but... Just play another Reclaimer, say go. Magus on the line. Magus is just too good. Magus OP, ban Magus. Ban Magus, OP, too powerful. Had only seen your Twitter photos, never gameplay, and it looked like a pile. Yeah, I mean that's why people don't take it seriously. Like people think that I'm memeing, but if you look at my matches over the past week and a half, or I guess 2 weeks at this point, maybe more. I don't remember when I started doing with this. Gross. Well, I guess that we can just path this, so it's not the end of the world. It's a little bit annoying, however. It's kind of just fine at the same time. In fact, now we have the surprise. The surprise factor, and 2 turns from now, Prime Time's gonna come down and do nasty things. Unsettled Mariner. Tap Temple Garden, play Dryad, replay land. Now we can path. And do I want to blow up this? Or do I want to gain life? I think I actually want to gain life. So let's do that instead. Oh, we could have tightened. Whoops. Alright, just time walked myself for no reason. Love it when that happens. I mean, I just wanted to make sure that my opponent didn't just scoop, you know what I'm saying? Although, to be fair, we wouldn't have been able to get any triggers from Valakut, right? Because of the Unsettled Mariner. Just gonna Chumperino here. Game 4. Chomp block. If they tap out here, okay, so they tapped out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to path the Mariner. And now we just win. Totally new with this deck. I'm wondering how it does versus Moon. Moon is still very good against you, but it's not game over like it is with Amulet, basically. Since we drew a second fetch, we can go fetch with Valakut first. We can go get the 2 Valakuts with the first trigger. Alright, another 4-on-1. Oh, yes, oh, yes, oh, shield. What's your record now? 3-1. I think my opponent wants to concede to them. They want me to concede to them. Titan Vial doesn't concede. Titan Vial does not concede. I went 5-0 with Nidvista today. Any deck can 5-0. Yeah, exactly, Magus. Tight play. Yeah, I mean, besides losing, besides missing there. Besides missing, I guess not lethal, but like a pretty solid play. My opponent says they like the deck. Come check it out on stream right now. Look F Blush on Twitch. Forced matchups, Scapeshift, and spell-based combo. How do we come across this Vial? You mean how did I come across the deck? I am writing an article on it. Another 4-on-1. So now my record was at exactly 80% after 35 matches. And now it's going to go just slightly below 80% after 45 matches. So like 70+%. Like high 70s. Gonna get opponent to subscribe. I mean, I'm gonna tell them that I'm streaming. Like, why not? My ghosts say exactly 1 trophy ahead of Magus on the leaderboard at all times. That sounds like a great goal to have. All right, so what did I like? Mind Sensor seems slightly lackluster, but I literally don't think we have any other options. Like, I think that Mind Sensor is what we have access to, and that's kind of it. I don't think we have any other alternatives against like the big mana decks and against the Scapeshift and stuff. Sitting by the campfire. Can I explain why Vial is good in the deck? Yes, I'm writing an article on the deck, which is gonna probably be done by Friday, so you're gonna be able to like read a little bit more deeper there. But basically, what Vial does is not only does it fix your mana, which is very awkward, kind of just by design. We don't have that many color pips, but we don't have that many green mana. What's up, Arcane? How's it going? Thank you for the raid. So Vial fixes your mana. It's an early play, and then it allows you in the mid to late game to actually not only you play around either Gust, Remand, or Counter Magic, but you also get to do like multiple things on the same turn, which is like what happened against humans, right? Because we had access to Raider Vial, like in the very first match that we played against humans right now, we won that game because I had a Vial on 3, and the Vial on 3 allowed me to do like a bunch of things on the same turn, and allowed me to get value from my stuff, from all my cards in a reasonable time frame. Insert, so thank you for the follow. Now you need a Vial mode. Yeah, Ivan, I was going to talk to you and like start looking at all of her emote options. I want a Vial on 6 option. I want a Vial on 6 emote. That would be sick. But yeah, honestly, I recommend you see the deck in action, and that way you're gonna be able to see what Vial is doing for the deck, you know? Alright, folks, I think that's gonna be it for me today, because I just want to finish writing this article that I'm talking about right now, so that just takes a lot of time. So I'm gonna try to finish writing it between today and tomorrow. Gadak really worth it? I don't know. I was testing it and it was kind of mediocre. So I'm still testing it, but I am not 100% sold on it by any means. Mana fixing a double spell is the most important feature. Yes, you're not trying to like get value along the curve, right? It's not like you're trying to like Vial something on 1, Vial something on 2, Vial something on 3. That's not why Vial is in the deck. It's there to do something again. Been writing articles lately too. Not the fun type though. Olejams comandas. But yeah. Another 3 and 2 to 4 and 1 with this deck, like that's still 70% win rate. So it's not the worst. It's not the worst. And again, one thing that's important to note is the fact that this deck is very much in its infancy. I wouldn't be surprised if we were supposed to have like, I don't know, like only 2 trackers, or like we should have stuff like Arasta in the main deck, or like a 4th copy of Thalia, or no Thalias at all. This deck is very, very much on its infancy. It's basically just me working on it, and nobody else that I've heard of, at least. And like some people are starting to try it out, so maybe if the deck gets a little bit more traction, more people, like more brains will be working on the deck, and we will arrive at a better build of it. But the fact that I am staying at a almost 80% win rate after almost 50 matches, I mean, it says something, right? I don't think I've ever been able to achieve anything remotely close to that with a brew. And I don't think that, I mean, barring the folks that came up with like Hogak or something, it's not something that you see every day, really. So I'm very, very happy with the results I've been getting. And yeah, I'm going to continue working on this deck because it's just a shit ton of fun. So I'm just gonna continue working on it because it's awesome. So if you're watching on YouTube and you enjoy the content, please make sure that you hit that follow and subscribe buttons. You can get notified whenever I upload new videos, and it's of course just free. And yeah, don't forget to check out the next VOD, which is gonna go up tomorrow. So stay safe and see you later. Bye bye.